And on this day, we celebrate Brooks Robinson's 80th birthday. Brooksy, Manny Machado, often mentioned in the same sentence for the style of play we have seen at that third base position. Had a chance to ask Manny before the game today, when you hear the name Brooks Robinson, what do you think?
Legend, Hall of Famer, competitor, gold.
Gold.
Gold, a lot of gold, a lot of gold. I didn't get to see him much, but I saw a lot of his highlights, and he was beyond great at third base. I mean, what he used to do over there was, just unbelievable.
What about meeting him? Do you remember the first time you met him?
I actually do. It was we're in the clubhouse one day. He was just walking through, and I kind of saw him from afar, and I'm like, kind of looks like Brooks. Is that Brooks? He doesn't come. He doesn't have time to come quite a bit to the field, but when he does, I try to get to go see him. So I see him. I go over there. I'm like, hey Brooks. I just needed to meet you and and shake your hand. And I'm Manny. He's like, oh, I know who you are. You're a great player. You're way better than I was at that age. I'm like, no, there's no way in anything in this world that I could be as good as you. And he that's just the type of person he is. He's so kind and an amazing person to know.
Has he talked about playing third base with you?
No, you know what? I wish one of these days when I see him next time, I think that's probably gonna be my next conversation with him. Because it was a little easier for me to play third while still playing short at the same time. But now once you stick to the position, I think it gets a little tougher. You kind of fade away from what you used to do, and I kind of want to talk to him and learn how he stuck to it every year, and and how he was great at defensively every year.
When the two of you are mentioned so often together, I mean, do you think about that? How does that make you feel?
Humbling, 100%. I mean, it's just to be in the conversation. In the same conversation as him, it's mind-blowing. It's something you can't. I mean, you can't think of it. You can't want it. You can't ask for it. I mean, those are just things that just happen. And at the end of the day, it's just humbling to be in the same conversation as Brooks.
When I came, I didn't realize when I first came to Baltimore the aura that he had in the city and with the history of the ball club. It's really kind of amazing, isn't it? I mean, he is the Oriole.
Yeah.
He's it.
He's Mr. Oriole. I mean, what he did here and for the organization, for the city. Not saying Kyle didn't. Kyle broke the record here, played 20 years. But what Brooks did, I think it goes a little beyond that. And he was more sentimental to the game and to the city. The city now, I know, still loves him, and they still talk about him all the time. So, I bet he was a big impact to the city and as well to the organization.
Manny, I know he's come in and talked to the club a few times. He comes in beginning of the year or whatever. Can you talk about him as a person that you see when he's there in the clubhouse with you guys?
I wish I would have played with him.
Really?
I wish I would have played with him. He looks like he's just so kind and so team. He doesn't say too much, but you could know that when he was around. I mean, he was around. You could feel his presence, and he's just a great guy to be around and to learn from. I wish he's around more often, just so I could pick his brain a little more, because he's a smart baseball player. I mean, at his age, at 80, happy birthday, Brooks. It's unbelievable how he still watches the game. He could probably even manage a team right now. So, I just wish I would have been able to be on the same team as him and see how he was when he was a player.